all know Marina. Well, whatever Marina says is final. We know that.
Exactly. So
And
it's
I know
not.
the trust which Marina and Roma has in Lampard is very much. I know
Yeah.
very well. They have a very good relationship, but it will come a day in which the relationship will just break up. And I don't want that kind of situation to happen that Lampard, the club legend, gets sacked. It won't go. It won't go well.
No, I mean you have to understand that's right. But
Mm-hmm.
like the thing is, when I say we're in a different situation, like when I was on a HH hangout,
Yeah.
nobody wanted to hear me out when I was talking. It
I was listening, but I couldn't comment because I was like the stream was full, so
it
I was
was
just
full.
listening.
It was full. Yeah. They don't want to understand when I say we are not this.
Wow, how you doing, bro?
Yo,
How you doing?
he's muted too. He'll come in.
Oh, okay.
But like people don't want to understand. They don't want to hear it. Like someone like HH, he doesn't want to hear when I say the 200 million we have and we put in the squad. Let's start from number 1 point. The 200 million is really from the sales of Hazard, Courtois, and those other people. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
the season last season, we did not spend nothing. And I don't want to hear Kovacic. Kovacic was alone with
On
Sarri.
loan.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then we just bought him before the transfer ban started. But
Mm-hmm.
before pre that, we did not spend $0 or
Yep.
£0 or whatever. So you did not expect us to come to this season and not spend money.
Yep.
So take that for a fact. So the 200, I think the money would have been given to any manager, regardless if it's Lampard or any other manager
On the other manager.
for this season,
Yep.
because you have to. It's obvious that we needed some more players.
Yep.
All right, now if it was other, maybe they are brought in someone like Allegri. Now,
Mm-hmm.
someone like Allegri would just fall back into the place of the old Chelsea. Like when I said the old Chelsea is like he's going to come in, he's probably not going to let William go. He's probably not going to let those
Experienced player go.
experienced players go. You know what I mean? He's going to
Mm-hmm.
come there. Then what he's going to do instead of buying players that's going to lead us to the next Chelsea,
Mm-hmm.
he'll buy players that will win for winning now. Probably instead of going to go buy guys like Kai Havertz and Werner, we would have been
Mm-hmm.
looking at someone like Cavani in the front, and somebody who's a top experienced midfielder, but
Yep.
older players. But I think the thing is that Roman now has won the Champions League.
Yeah. So it's
He
not in
has
a rush. It's
yeah,
not in a
yeah.
rush.
He's won the Champions League. Remember about 2 years ago,
It was rushing.
reports were coming out saying, "Oh, Roma might sell the club." Right? Remember?
Yeah. Because he need money. But
Yeah.
but for me, it was a lie though. It was a lie for
No,
me
no,
though.
no. I didn't believe it either. I didn't believe it either. But if
You
you
believe it?
no, 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 I did not. I did not. But if you remember back then, they were saying Roman could sell the club. Roman might do this. I remember people were saying Marina out because of. Remember when they brought drink water and
Exactly.
Bakayoko and all those people.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that these guys, I felt like they've learned from their mistakes in the sense that okay, we're not in a rush. We cannot just be building teams to win now, because at the end of the day, it actually leads to player power. And remember,
Yeah.
that's been a big problem in Chelsea. And second
Yeah.
of all, it's not stable. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
stable system. Like that's why since 2012, and I'm using 2012 because that's when our legends really started living. But
Yep.
since 2012, we've been win one season, lose the next season,
Do the next
win
season.
one season, lose the
Lose the
next
next
season.
season.
And then the manager is gone and whatever. Really, the only person that was making the team still win and go is Eden Hazard.
Yeah.
So now Hazard is gone. This team was filled with, I don't care what you dead woods. These guys were not good enough. You're talking about guys like Rudiger, David Luiz, Pedro, Willian. Their time in Chelsea was coming to an end. I don't care if you like them or not. So
Yep.
now, if you want a fresh new start, fresh new slates, because I was not even, people remember when people were sorry out. I
Yeah.
was
I wasn't
sorry,
sorry how though, but it was the fans. I was
yeah,
not
the
sorry
fans,
out.
the fans.
I wasn't sorry out.
I was sorry in.
I was sorry him, but I was frustrated with Sarri because I wanted him to implement his system. Let's even see 2 seasons, 3 seasons, if that system is gonna be implemented. But I think on the first season, the system was implemented, but it was not. It was all about time and patience because
Exactly.
Sarri was crying for time and patience. He wasn't given that. It wasn't.
Exactly. And it's not even by the board first. It was by the fans. Really, I
Yeah.
think the reason why the board or the reason why Sarri took that Juventus job so fast was because not because of he hates Chelsea. It's because of imagine you in the stadium and the
Mm-hmm.
fans that you are playing for is singing F Sarri ball.
Yep.
Like, what kind of entitlement is that from Chelsea? We have to have expectations. We have
Yep.
to have expectations. We have to set. It's not like, oh, we are Chelsea. We meant to win trophy. That's understandable. But
Yeah.
expectations. Obviously, on that Sarri season, we're not the best team in the country.
Yeah.
Liverpool and Man City were
The best.
the best. So I don't. The system is not looking so aesthetically pleasing for everybody yet.
Yeah, I understand that, but the problem I'm not see why I'm saying Lampard out is not about him as a manager. I can understand his experience, but Lampard about me is no Hakim Ziyech. I don't want you to start playing 4-3-3 every time. No Hakim Ziyech. Change the formation to something. Formation that will fit Thomas Tuchel. I'll say Thomas that will fit that will fit Timo Werner himself. Because we know Werner is a very good goal scorer. But the
Yeah.
problem with Werner is understanding what the team is kind of ups and down. So you cannot be playing 4-3-3 every time. Yeah. I'm having an issue with why we Mason Man be playing every matches every time. It doesn't make any sense for me. It doesn't. You
Yeah.
have to do up that guy. He needs to be do up. He
let me
needs
let,
to.
let me answer you. Let me answer you. So first, you have to understand. Can you remember last season and at the beginning of this season we're playing 4-2-3-1?
Yeah.
But it was obvious that when the type of teams we play in the Premier League are
Yeah.
low block teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
teams that come
So defend.
to
Mm-hmm.
defend. They don't come to play football against Chelsea. So
Yeah.
when you play 4-2-3-1, meaning you walk through the middle. That's really what 4-2-3-1 is about. When you
Yeah.
walk through the middle a lot and there is no space, it just looks ugly to the eye that you're
Yeah.
not creating chances. I understand what you're saying about the 4-2-3-1, but remember, there was no preseason. Like throughout this September, October, it's been games after games after games after games. These
Mm-hmm.
players, you have to work with a system. Imagine, as you said, Sarri system, the 4-3-3 system was taking so long to implement. It's so hard to just bring another system. Okay, let's play 4-2-3-1. Anyhow,
Mm-hmm.
it might not gel so fast. So that's what
Yep.
I'm saying about we have to understand circumstances again, context in everything that not just Chelsea, but every club is in now. But Chelsea the most because Chelsea bought 6 new players right then and there. No, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
any other team did the same thing. So
No.
plus again, I'm not going to lie to you. Lampard is also inexperienced. He's not a coach that is a top coach. But the thing is, about the 4-2-3-1 is it kind of needs time to be like
To implement
implemented
because
and
for me, if all team are fit, I don't see Mason Mount in that team. If you want to play 4-2-3-1, I do not see him there because people may say Kai Havertz is this. If Kai Havertz is playing in his right position, this guy will
bro,
ball.
bro,
He will
bro,
surely
but
ball.
but Kai have no, I disagree with you in that because Kai Havertz, Kai Havertz main position is number 10, so and so. You know what I mean? Okay,
Yep.
but if you understand Kai, when you play in that number 8 position, this is not Sarri's 4-3-3. If you know Sarri's 4-3-3 and Lampard's 4-3-3 is not the same, you know
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Sarri's 4-3-3 is flat midfield, as in the midfield does not they stay together. You know what I mean? So Jorginho has protection around him. That's
Mm-hmm.
Sarri's 4-3-3. But Lampard's 4-3-3 is two advancing eights that they have the right to bomb forward. They have the right to bomb forward and they have the right to it's box to box basically. So
Mm-hmm.
Havertz in a sense has that free role to go into the middle and be a number 8, go to the wide and link with Hakim Ziyech. And but the thing about Kai is I don't even care about the positioning. It's his eye test. He
Yeah.
just plays slower. And I know there's a way to, control the game. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be Mason Mount and play with too much energy. But
Mm-hmm.
he plays much slower than I like. I feel like he's so, he doesn't know how to use his body very well. Like remember Ruben Loftus-Cheek back in 2018, where he would use his body and shrug everybody out. Like Kai Havertz doesn't know how to I think, use his body very well and just drive with the ball. He's always so, his decision making is slow. Plus, we have to know this thing. Kai Havertz from Bayern Leverkusen he was the best player on that team.
I think the team was built around him.
Built around him. There you go. That's a good thing. Now
It
you
was
come
built
to
around him, so
a
it's
team
easier.
like Chelsea. Chelsea is not Bayern Leverkusen. It's filled with stars around you. But then by now be stars. But it's not a team except your Eden Hazard. That Hazard is top 3 in the world when he was or top 5 in the world when he was in his prime in Chelsea. You have that type of player, so it's going to be a team based, not Hazard FC, not Kai FC. It's going to be a Chelsea team. So I think when I say time is the fact that we didn't have no preseason. Kai Havertz had no preseason to come in. He just caught COVID-19. Oh, my bad for saying that.
It's okay.
He just caught the virus. So it's in a new country. New system. It's just like it's kind of a time thing with him. But with the Mason Mount thing, when you say Mason Mount, when Mason Mount was playing on the wing, I understood everybody getting angry.
But the problem is we have played, I think, 16 matches now, and Mason Mount has played all matches, which I don't want.
Okay,
I don't want that.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But it's
that
not like
I don't want.
I don't. It's not like Mason Mount is displacing like a Bruno Fernandes. You know what I mean? But Mason Kovacic, it's Kovacic in there, and I like Kovacic. But
I want Kovacic to play.
But I
than
think
Mason Mount.
Mason Mount offers more than Kovacic in a sense. Like Kovacic dribbles the ball, but he doesn't know how to, just
score goals.
Score final third, initiation. I'm not saying Mason Mount is the most creative player. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? Honestly, I feel like we need a creative midfielder, and that's what I thought Kai Havertz was gonna be. But I feel like our midfield is not as creative as I want it to be. You know what I mean? But Mason Mount thing is that he's good in dead ball specialist in corner. Of course, his corner was bad last game, but he's good in those corner kicks. He's good in pressing. He's good in free kicks. He could shoot from far away. He could arrive in the box late. But I feel like Mason Mount right now is not disposing anybody for me to call for him to go out from the team. Like Kovacic is like Kovacic being on the bench is not a big drop off. You know what I mean? It's not like now Mount is on the bench. Man, he's Bruno Fernandes. Why is Bruno Fernandes on the bench for Mount? Not something like that. It's not like we are keeping our best midfielder because of Mount. You know what I mean? I just feel like with Mount, is him playing. He's in form now. I don't see nothing like he's tired or anything. And I know,
but as a manager, you can't keep playing Mason Mount every matches. It doesn't make any sense for me. You gotta stop that. That attitude has to stop. The more we do that, the more we train him. I think Osita wanted to say something. You can go for it, Osita.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, hello everyone. Talking about Mason Mount, I think he's one of Chelsea's most reliable players, and that's why Lampard has stuck with him. Back in the day, he used to be Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta used to be known as one of the fittest players in the Premier League, and that's the same scenario we are seeing with Mason Mount. Exactly. Now, the difference between Mason Mount and Kai Havertz is attitude. Kai Havertz's demeanor does not ooze confidence. Now, the first thing you want to see in a player, okay, let's talk about the two Germans, Kai Havertz and Timo Werner. Now, Timo Werner is having a dry spell, but he's not getting as much stick as Kai Havertz. Why? Because Timo Werner is putting in more effort. If he's not scoring goals, he's doing every other thing right. He's making runs. He's giving assists once in a while. At least he's doing something to tell you that there is hope he's going to get back to form. But can I ask a question? What is Kai Havertz doing? His demeanor, his confidence. Can you see anything around Kai Havertz that is going to give you any?
I agree with you.
Are you seeing anything around him? But Mason Mount, for instance, he wants to take every corner kick. In front of every free kick is there. Except someone pulls it around for him, or once in a while use it for Reece James or someone else. But he wants to take every free kick. He wants to take every corner kick. And his corner kicks are getting better and better. After all, someone like Zuma and Thiago Silva, they have scored 6 goals between them, all from Mason Mount free kick. how can you say and the thing you need to know about football is that in a team you must have one player that seems like it doesn't drop off, like a consistent player that can play 38 matches in a Premier League season. Whether you like it
Exactly.
or not, Lampard was one. I don't know if you remember the Mourinho soldiers, the Didier Drogbas, the Frank Lampards, and the John Terry. Whatever the scenario was, these soldiers were always there. Mason Mount is Frank Lampard's soldier. Jorginho was Sarri's soldier. Okay, every coach has a soldier, a player that even when they are not in form, in quotes, which is not even the case with Mason Mount right now, they always start. Now, where you will have an issue is if you start seeing signs of fatigue, and I bet you it's not even showing on Mason Mount's game. Okay? So
Yeah.
I think Mason Mount should stop getting stick because for a young player, if I was a coach, for a young player, if I have a young player like Mason Mount, I would like to have him. Even if he doesn't start, his confidence is beyond his age. Trust me, let's say Frank Lampard is sacked today. If Jose Mourinho comes over, for instance, Mason Mount will still start. If Antonio Conte
Yes.
comes over, Mason Mount will still start because those are the kind of players they like. After all, Frank Lampard was um, close to Mason Mount's age when Jose Mourinho took over, and he made him one of his soldiers because they had similar attitude. In short, Jose Mourinho was dissing Dele Ali because he said at age 23, Lampard was a man. At age 20, whatever, Dele Ali still behaved like a boy. Okay, so I think the issue we should be talking about in Chelsea is the fact that we are tending to depend on one player. 2 years ago, it was Eden Hazard. Now,
Now it's like inside.
now it seems we are depending on Ziyech for creativity. Even
And which is
at the
bad,
matches
which is
that
wrong.
Ziyech did not play, we had issues.
We play. Yeah, I think we played 16 matches now. I think Zaid played 7 or 8 matches. Out of those matches, we've not lost any match. We haven't lost
Because we
ever
had,
since Zaid have
because
played.
we
We've
had,
not lost any
yeah,
matches.
because we had the penetrating pass. No
Mm-hmm.
other player gives that penetrating pass.
That
That's where the
creativity.
problem is.
No, you're
That's
right.
where Chelsea problems is. That's just where the problem is.
But that's what I thought Kai Havertz was gonna be though.
Yeah, for me, I think the problem with Lampard and Kai Havertz is Lampard need to create a system in which Messi, Mount, and Kai Havertz come. It's a 4-3-3. But I think the problem with this is he has to find a way in which Kai will kind of be the orchestrator if Ziyech is not playing. Kai will be the main man. He'll be like, I'm the creative player. All ball goes. Look at United. If Bruno Fernandes is out of that United team, if he gets injured, United are done. They are officially done.
But let me say something to you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if you see Bruno Fernandes' demeanor compared to Kai, the thing is that Bruno will go to the ball, demand the ball, ask for the ball, pass right here. Matter of fact, just like Billy Gilmore, you see Billy Gilmore play.
That was why I was angry with Lampard yesterday. Why was Jorginho playing when Gilmore was on the bench?
Exactly. With
So
Gilmore
I kind of question his tactics sometimes. I'm like, Lampard, what the hell are you doing? The Arsenal match frustrated me because I was angry with Lampard that Lampard, you are a former player, you are a legend. Why can't you use it? It's a normal thing. Olivier Giroud on the bench doing nothing on the bench. You bring in on Kai Havertz to do what? You starting Tammy Abraham against Arsenal and you are playing cross and Insha Allah. And you have someone who can score goals with his head, and you're putting him on the bench. What's going on?
Okay, that one did not make sense.
That pissed me off.
It all boils down. It all boils down. I'm going to say something that a lot of Chelsea fans might be scared to say, and that is Lampard is learning on the job, and unfortunately for him, it's Chelsea that is going down for it. Now, remember, Lampard just had 1 year at Derby County, and coming into the second season at Chelsea, there are a lot of things that Lampard has not been able to learn, and unfortunately for him, is learning on the job, and it might cost us our season. Now, one thing I noticed about Lampard is that he lacks game management skills.
A lot, and it's paining me.
Now, the problem is the thing Lampard is, in short, as a matter of fact, that's my issue. That's the issue I had with Sarri. The issue with Sarri was that he wanted to play beautiful football, but at a point in time, for you to win trophies, there are several times you are going to win matches that you don't deserve to win.
Yeah.
Even Guardiola, as crazily in love with tiki taka he is in, He went to Real Madrid, and I was shocked that Guardiola realized that he couldn't do that in Santiago Bernabeu with the Man City team he took there. So he
Yeah.
played that, won the match, and came back to Etihad. Lampard wants to play beautiful football and he wants to win the matches. There are sometimes we need to win ugly. Lampard does not want to win ugly.
But wait. When you say that, there are games that we won ugly already this season. I
The
mean,
only one I can think of off the top of
the
my head was
West Ham
Chelsea
game.
West Ham.
The West
That
Ham
was the
game
only
was
game. That was the only game so far, and we are lucky.
no.
Against West Ham, we are lucky.
But every game deserves luck. Should I say the Arsenal game? Arsenal were lucky, yes or no? But because Arsenal were lucky because they have all their 3 goals were
We gifted them the goals.
which was
No, we gifted them those goals.
goal.
No, we gifted
Exactly.
them those goals. We gifted
I mean,
them.
well, I don't see the first foul as a
The first goal wasn't a penalty for me. It wasn't
exactly,
a penalty.
but then you go the third goal with Saka. I don't think he meant to do that. So those fluky goals you could call it. Now I
So
understand, but
let me put it this way to you two now. Damian Perez put the name up here. Can you guys see the name? Thomas Tuchel.
yeah.
If Lampard doesn't make top 4, will Tuchel take over as the manager? Because for me, I rate Tuchel a lot. But right now, if the result doesn't go well in which the fans and everybody wants, Lampard may get sacked. This is Roma we're talking about. Roma may be soft, but if the result doesn't go well the way Roma wants it, I won't be surprised if I wake up the merry morning, Lampard is sacked.
But
I will not be
I won't be
surprised.
surprised if we look. I don't know. Right now, the Premier League is really congested. So it's weird now. So, but I think we're gonna make top 4. But even if I feel like even if we don't make top 4 and we go far, maybe we win the FA Cup and we go far in the Champions League, Lampard. I wouldn't be surprised if Lampard is still here to the 3rd season. Why?
Yeah.
Because Rome, like I said at the beginning of this stream, yes, Roman is a ruthless person, but Roman knew what was he. You can't look a man that has made $1 billion job, $1 billion company knows that you go through growing pains. So maybe he was ruthless with all those managers he brought because those guys. Hey, you're supposed to know how to do your job, Yeah. But he brought Lampard, not saying, hey, you're supposed to know how to do your job. He didn't buy these little guys. He did not just say, Lampard, bring the academy players for us to win in 2 seasons like that.
No.
But I think top 4 is a minimum.
Yeah, because Roman said they want progression for the money.
Progression. Now, but when you guys say in-game management, about Tuchel, you asked. Well,
because I have a PSG fans where he said Tuchel is a very good manager.
No,
he said his winning rate in PSG and Dortmund, people doesn't rate him that much. And in terms of using youth, Tuchel is kind of, for me, is an outstanding manager. But he said the only problem he had with PSG was Leonardo. Doesn't have problem with the players, doesn't have problem with the
thing
owner.
Is that Premier League is just a different gravy. I'm
exactly. Different ball.
I'm not trying to hype the Premier League, but it's just the truth.
Yeah.
Not every Premier League and Chelsea. You could see right now. Matter of fact, another reason why they brought Lampard in was so that every of the club could come together, if that makes sense. Like, remember with Sarri, it was divided. Now we brought Lampard to cleanse that divide and everybody. Now you can see how the fans are already turning against Lampard. Now, if Tuchel comes in, I don't care. No manager is coming in to go unbeaten. You know what I mean? So if Tuchel comes in and have 2 or 3 games losing or something, because you have to go through a bad patch, except you are a team that is already built for those type of situations. But Tuchel lose 2 or 3 games. I know for a fact that we are going to hear the same thing we are hearing now. So that's what I'm saying. Right now, best thing to do is judge at the end of the season. Of course, I'm not here to say I don't want to win. That's silly. I want to win. But I know that in everything in life and in football, it takes time. When you are working with young and new players, there's no it's young and new players right now. It's not like we bought like Jose Mourinho in 2014, brought Fabregas and Costa to combine with people like Terry still in the team. You still had Ashley Cole in the team. You still had your veterans in the team. You go back to Jose Mourinho in 2004 when he came. He bought Drogba and all those players to combine with Terry in the team. he still had Lampard in the team. Although I'm not saying 2004 was Mourinho was a different man. He actually is the one that gave those guys that mentality. But my point is, when they buy new players back then, they go buy prime players to combine with players that are already in their prime. Right now, Chelsea wants young players to combine with youth players. So you have to expect growing pains. You know what I mean? But go ahead, talk. I'm talking too much. Go ahead.
Yeah, you said everything right. But the problem with your fans is I can be patient as a fans. I can be patient. But the problem, if I'm being patient, I want to see progression in this team.
Yeah.
What is really getting me angry with Lampard is we can see this thing as a fans. He as a manager can see it. We as a fans can say that this is what the problem is. You as a manager, you can't see this. The Arsenal match pisses me off a lot. Why it pisses me off a lot was because Giroud was on the bench doing nothing. You started Abraham. That was my first problem with him. That why were you playing Abraham against Arsenal? You want to play cross or not? I get that. You can play cross or not, whatever. You can play 50 cross. You can play 50 cross. I don't mind. But you have someone who can score with his head on the bench, and you're not killing everything. You brought on Kai Havertz to do what? What does Kai Havertz want to do?
But one thing I'll say is that about crossing, I think another thing I should blame is our fullbacks too. We always cross one type of way. Crossing is not a bad tactics, but if you crossing and cutting back, at least it's not always cross to the air and everything. Low crosses, you don't have to be told to get to low crosses. It's anticipation. You know what I mean? Anticipation. Like remember that Mane video that she commented on. Mane is not the tallest person, but when you get the ball, you anticipate it low. I've not seen anybody in this Chelsea team that that puts their body on the line to score. Like just slide all the way in. And slide and use your leg to score. It's always we want to be fancy and use those. The whipping cross that is on the head. We need cutbacks. We need low cross. I understand what you're saying, but I feel like sometimes manager can say something, but the players have to take that initiative. I want to see our wingers cut in and shoot. I'm tired of this, cutting and pass. I've not seen no cutting and shoot. I won't like that.
That's why it brought you into Frank Lampard as a manager. What exactly is he telling them in the dressing room and the training field? As a fans, people doesn't understand something. I've been supporting Chelsea in the year 2003, not now. 2003. That was when I've been a Chelsea fan. So I've been through a lot of tough time as a Chelsea fans already. So we know very well. So this happening now, it has been happening before. We know, and we know Roman himself. That man is crazy. We know Roman himself. If it's not satisfied with something, he will surely tell you, "I'm not satisfied. You have to go." But now, if it is time of process, Roman wants to be processed. He wants to do this. Roman can be patient. Okay, but it has to be guaranteed. I want to see about the progression in this thing that will make me believe, okay, we can trust you for 5 years. We can give you that trust for 5 years. But if Roman is not satisfied with what he's saying, take out Lampard the manager and Lampard the player. Lampard even said it, I think around September or August, when he said it that when the reporter asked him, Lampard the manager and Lampard the player, what's the difference? He said Roman is the answer for the question they're asking him. Because if Roman decided to sack him now, he has nothing to say because people will judge him based on this because he's Lampard of the player and Lampard not the manager. He said all what Roman wants is progression, and if Roman is not seeing the progression, the team is going to. He said Roman will sack him because he said, "I'm not gonna compare you with the player, and I'm gonna compare as a manager that you are total different stuff." Because the reporter asked him, he said this, Roman is gonna judge me based on I'm the manager, not as a player. The relationship is different. So that's why I'm coming in now. This team have no tactics for me. Unless Hakim Ziyech play in this team. That is where we see Chelsea. If Ziyech doesn't play, we're not going to see Chelsea.
But tactics is still crossing. Crossing is still a tactic. Maybe the tactic is not looking good. I won't lie. It's not looking the best. But crossing is still get the ball to the fullbacks. That's what we do. Overload the wings, get the ball to the fullback, then cross it. Yes, it might not be aesthetically pleasing right now, but if you remember, Liverpool too, they use the same, crossing technique. It's just that
you can't compare Klopp to Lampard.
No, that's not a comparison. At the end of the day, Klopp. One thing about Klopp has different things. Klopp has good man management, in-game management, and all that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the system.
Klopp is,
Go,
for me, in Dortmund, Klopp played Gengen pressing. And Gengen pressing, he played it in Liverpool, it works. But I think after some season, he changed the Gengen pressing to like crossing and stuff. So
exactly.
Klopp literally has a system. Pep Guardiola has a system. Lampard doesn't have a style of play at the moment. That is what is affecting Chelsea at the moment.
But I don't think that's what is affecting Chelsea. I think what is affecting Chelsea is just we've not had time to gel. Even though we have, even if you bring Sarri here too, anybody here to implement their system, they will still need the time, and they will still go through this type of nonsense, and you'll be like, "What the hell?" I remember Sarri was pass back, pass back, pass back, and we are like, "Dude, what is this? Why is he sideways passing all the time?" Remember with Sarri, but everything is all time because if I don't know what my next guy is about to do, in a sense, it's like the chemistry will not be there. And I'm not saying
Exactly.
Lampard doesn't have some things to take, and I'm not saying Lampard's system is perfect because I've questioned this before, but I still think that there's work to be done. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a finished article. I think there's work to still be done. If this was
Oh, okay.
3 years into this and I'm like seeing this, and these guys are like 20, 26, 27, and I'm like, yo, what is going on? But I just said these guys are still youth and new players. That's it. That's what I see it as, and it's all time. But the other guys answer the question.
Let me come to Eddie now. Eddie,
Yeah.
what's your take on this talk going on? Because for me, you know me very well. Like I'm having a problem with Lampard. I keep saying it. But my problem with Lampard is not even about. I respect him as a player and artist, but my problem with Lampard is we as a fans we can trust him. We as a let me say people watching football we can trust him. But how long will this trust? Will it stay long? If we keep getting this performance week in and week out, how long will the trust stay? Because the fans is already divided already. It's 50-50 at the moment. The fans is split already. Lampard is lucky. No fans in the stadium. If there was fans in that stadium, it won't survive. I can guarantee you that it won't. If there was fans in that stadium, it won't survive.
He probably would. I mean, being the legend there is, people are still blinded by the fact that he's a legend. But I mean, he's a legend as a player. But to answer your question, man, am I surprised? No. I saw this coming from what 2 months ago. But people kept telling me, "Oh, we're on a winning streak. We're on an unbeaten streak. 11 games, 15 games, 17 games." And I said, "The way Chelsea is playing, we're bound to go down sometime." And I told you after the Sevilla game,
Yeah.
remember the complicated Chelsea. So I said, "Look, the game before we played Tottenham, I said Mourinho exposed Lampard." And people got at me for saying that. Well, you're seeing the result now. The thing is, since the 3-3 at Southampton, Lampard has shut up shop. He stopped attacking with the same mindset that we started the season with, and he's gone. He's all of a sudden switched to this pragmatic system, where we allow the other team to have the ball. And we don't know what Chelsea is doing anymore. Because at the start of the season, you could see it was clear. We're trying to keep the ball. Yes, we're getting the ball to the fullbacks, but at the same time, we had that balance about us where we could still attack from the middle. You know, I bring up that Southampton game because that game, I think Werner scored 2 goals just driving through the middle. You know, you could see Havertz running things through the middle then as well. And the football is a lot more pleasing to the eye. Yes, that game ended up as a draw because of poor defensive errors, but attacking-wise, you can see something Chelsea were doing. So the only thing Chelsea needed to do was obviously fix the defensive phase of their game. But Lampard, I don't know, for some reason, took that as, okay, we're going to sacrifice the attack for defense. Because if you remember vividly, for 3 of our next 4 games, I think, was Manchester United 0-0, Sevilla 0-0, Tottenham 0-0. And I said then, Mourinho exposed Lampard because Mourinho dared Lampard to attack from the middle. But Lampard, what did he do? He kept spamming crosses in without Olivier Giroud in there. So I've been seeing this coming for a long time. The last 2 results don't surprise me. The one thing that I will say is, you know, it's kind of surprising to see a lot of people flip. I'm not going to lie. I thought they were still backing at the same time. And that being said as well, look, let's stop the comparisons between Lampard and Klopp or Chelsea and Liverpool. Those are two different things. You know, if I do get the direction Chelsea are trying to go in, but if the direction was to get, a young manager to come and implement a system and want to do it long term, then go get a man who has actually done it before. There's a difference between Lampard and Klopp. Lampard is in his third season of management. Klopp went to Liverpool after proving himself at two different places. Klopp spent 7 years at Mainz and 8 years at Dortmund. So he knew how to build up a club from the ground up. Let's stop these stupid comparisons with Lampard, who knows nothing, because if things were going wrong, Klopp knew what to do because he had done it twice before. Someone like Sarri was someone we should have given time, but all the fans wanted him out because Sarri was someone as well who had spent 20 years trying to get himself from the ground up. He knew what would happen at every phase, and you could see at the end of the season, Chelsea were playing better football than what we started the season with Sarri. So I don't want to hear all these comparisons as to
Okay, sorry. Are you saying you should take Sarri now instead of Lampard?
I'm not saying take Sarri back. What I'm saying is if Chelsea are trying to do what we call the long-term project thing, go get someone who has done this for a long time. Don't go and get me someone who's done this job for only 3-4 years and tell me you want to do a long-term project. Because if you don't get a man who has seen the ups and downs of football, if you don't get a man who has seen the ups and downs of management, then you're not going to get the results that you want. I'm not saying go get Sarri back. Of course, we all knew what the issue was with Sarri. Sarri had his issues as well. What I'm saying is, if we gave Sarri all that talk for him being the man he was, and he was even more experienced than Lampard can get it as well.
No,
in terms of giving Lampard time, I'll just round up with this. Sorry.
Go ahead. No,
everyone's done. Go. In terms of giving Lampard time, when people say that, my question to them is, what have you seen from Frank Lampard, either from his playing days or his management days, to let you know that he can turn things around? Because I had Arsenal fans who were wanting Arteta out the other time, and I supported that because one question I asked them was, is Arteta getting the best out of his squad? If you had another manager, would he get something out of these players? And the answer was yes. So I asked everyone on this panel tonight as well, if we had another manager, would he get something more out of these players? Because Chelsea did not spend 200 and something million to be in a top 4 race. The top 4 race, I'm saying.
Let me answer your question with the 200. Oh, no, if you could go, the other guy, my bad. I was talking. But I wanted to ask you something about the 200 million. Just to put it in, the 200 million has to be put in context again. I know what you're saying about 200 million. Again, first off, last season we did not spend on anything. So this season, regardless of manager, we're going to spend money. It doesn't matter. But I'm saying we did not. When you say if I'm with another squad, the reason why we won't have this squad, I'll say, is because of Lampard, in a sense, because those youth players. If you have brought another type of coach, those youth players will not be here. We'll probably still be seeing Rudiger at the back, and still be seeing all these other, quote unquote experienced players. Now Lampard, and Jordy Morris and whoever the third guy is, got the Edwards, got the youth players because they've worked with them before. Plus then we now went to go buy new players, not new prime players. We went to get new players not even in their prime, which is not a bad thing. It just shows the direction we're going to. We didn't. If we went to go get guys like Ronaldo and we went to go splash on already made play like Thiago, like instead of Liverpool getting Thiago, we got Thiago in the midfield instead, or Bruno or whatnot. Then you say, okay, you have guys in their prime, and we're not going to see these growing pains. But we see these growing pains because of both the manager is young, the team is young, and like the team is never been through any type of mentality changing scenario, same as the coach. So I know it kind of sounds bad when it's Chelsea saying learning on the job. It sounds bad because no Chelsea fan wants that. But we have to come to reality and say we have to go through the low before we get to the high because since 2012, it's been a roller coaster ride for us. It's been you win and go down, you win, then you 15th, you win, then you 6th. And those same guys that were saying Sarri out are the same people saying Lampard out, and there's going to be the same people that will say the next coach out.
When Sarri took over, I wasn't even Sarri out because I understand the system. Last Sarri
I was never sorry out.
No,
Yeah.
not you guys. No, you obviously.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's like you look at Twitter. But I'm saying is because those guys we feel entitled. There's this entitlement we Chelsea fans feel because we've always won trophies. But we have to understand that we've not been consistent for the last 8 years. And if you want to get to the top,
Sack and go.
And I'm not saying that Lampard has been perfect. Don't get me wrong. I have complained about the crossing thing and people not shooting from outside the box. We've complained about that. But I'm saying, like, even you talked about the Tottenham game that Jose exposed Lampard. I don't see it as that because, honestly, I've not seen Jose beat Lampard. And I'm not saying Lampard is better than Jose. But I've never seen Jose beat Lampard. Even since when Lampard was in Derby, he beat Jose with against Manchester United. Manchester United too. Last year, we beat Jose twice. And it's not saying that Lampard is better than Jose, but there's this thing that Jose was kind of scared to even think about it. Kane was playing right back, or Kane was playing midfield that game. He was not playing his normal.
That's more of a testament to the quality of the Chelsea squad, not Lampard's management.
Oh, but the squad is in the image of Lampard right now. I mean, our squad really. Let's say that game. How many? Who were the new starters in that game that were new? Werner was there, and Ziyech. So that's great. But we have to think. Chilwell and those guys. But we have to see that those guys are nice and everything. But really, we still have was Pulisic didn't play that game. Werner played from the wing, right? But at the end of the day, it's the fact that you were scared of the squad, but that squad was not even looking dangerous against him. The squad last year with Willian was even looking more dangerous because those guys use more instincts to play in the sense that Willian knows he could cut from his right and shoot. It's something I don't see from these guys. And we could use the word player management and all that, but sometimes I want to see you use your initiative. I remember last year with Sarri, and I'm a round up after this. Sarri, when Sarri said Eden Hazard should not be coming back to receive the ball. We need Eden Hazard at the top, at the last line to be the one to score the goals. But Hazard, I remember that Watford game. He doesn't care. He uses his initiative and says, "Okay, I'll come down and get the ball and do what I do because I do this." So you need that type of mentality in our place. And truth be told, that we don't have those players right now because of time, and they've never gone through those situations yet. But go ahead.
What I'll say to your point is, look, my big problem with Lampard is not even the man management thing. I don't know how many of us here have played football, but I know you win and lose football games in midfield. At the moment, our midfield don't control game. If you want to control a game, if you want to dominate a game, you want to win it from the midfield. Our midfield does not have that balance to it where I can go into a game confident that we can dominate and win the midfield, which will allow us to control the game. A lot of the games where people think we control because of possession is because other teams allow us to have possession. So it's our mid, and that's where I get a Lampard and go, Lampard, you're a midfielder. You should know this as well. I didn't even play midfield. I'm a striker. But I know when my team is controlling, I know how that makes me feel as a striker. So Lampard being a midfielder, I should be able to coach that, which is why I get at him a lot. Yes, I don't understand the other aspect. But the other part of your point that I will challenge, yes, we did bring some youngish players, but I'm not going to say we brought them in so they came in and learned for a couple of years. The one big long-term project that we brought in for this season was Kai Havertz. That's because, if you look at the time we bought him, Chelsea, Twitter was going, do we even need Havertz? Because we already had other midfielders.
You're right.
I questioned it. A lot of people questioned it, but the club saw him as a generational talent that they couldn't miss out on, and they had the funds to buy him, so they went ahead and done the deal. I'm not going to fault them for that. He is more of a long-term project. Timo Werner was already a 30-goal season striker, at
Leipzig.
So he was supposed to come in, maybe not score 30 goals, but he was supposed to come in and be that clinical marksman because, again, you go back to last season, one of the problems was we're creating chances but not finishing them off. So he was supposed to come in and do that for us. So it hasn't worked so far. It hasn't worked so far. Yeah, you go.
Let me just say one thing about that, Timo Werner, what you said right now. You're right that Timo Werner was a 30-goal, man. I'm not even lying. To be honest, I didn't watch so much of his games. I saw his highlights and everything. But when you go back and watch and you see how he was getting those goals, it made you see something about, wait, this man is actually getting those goals one-dimensionally, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, he was getting those goals one way. So I'm just saying, is it really Lampard, or in a sense, about Werner, or maybe that thing they say acclimatizing to a new league is really true? Because, as you said, again, every team that comes to play against Chelsea really doesn't like playing football for some reason. They love to sit back, and make a mid-block, and, just you got to find your way to break us down type. So Werner, I feel like Werner is having a hard time to process because he's just, truth be told, he's not a complete striker right now. He's not a complete player. He's limited because you could see in tight spaces, his ball control, even the 1v1 chances is missing. Even I remember that there's one cross.
I love what you said about Timo Werner because I remember when Lagosman took, when he took over, he said it. Lagosman said, if anybody wants to enjoy Timo Werner in England, you have to create a system for Timo Werner to play in. He said he can't play as a wing. He can only play in a 4-2-2-2 situation. That's a 4-4-2 diamond. That is how Timo Werner plays. Or you play a 3-5-2, in which Timo Werner can play as a supporting striker. That is how Timo Werner works. It doesn't work as a wing. It's an inside forward.
I really have a problem with that because we are talking about these two Germans and we are talking about changing our system to accommodate just two players without talking about the overall balance of the team. Now, we are saying Timo Werner plays just one pattern, which is the 4-2-2-2, whatever, or the 3-5-2.
Yeah, that's a 4-4-2 diamond.
If you are a striker, the best players in the world, they reinvent themselves. You don't expect to play just one particular. As a matter of fact, Fabregas reinvented himself. When Antonio Conte came in, I told him that you are not my type of midfielder. You can't sit in my team. And Fabregas told him that we change your opinion about me. Conte, he wanted two strong midfielders. That's why I went for Bakayoko. He had Kante. One time he had Matic, I think. If I was yes, I have a pattern of play from where I'm coming from. But you don't expect to walk into any team and expect that team to change their balance because of you. PSG is the only team that's played that pattern, that 4-2-2-2, apart from Leipzig. That's the only other team I've seen. You wanted to play in a team that plays just that pattern, you should have gone to PSG. You have to reinvent yourself in order to blend with your team. Eden Hazard played in the 4-3-3. He played in the 3-5-2. He played as a false 9. That's how you know world-class players. You are not a world-class player if you say it's just this particular one that suits me. That's the issue I have with Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is a left-footed player. Kai Havertz is someone that's supposed to play on the flank as an 8, as a 10, and if possible as an 11. Because these are the positions I played in. When those players, I play as a 10, but when I see that the amount of midfielders are so much, I tell them, oh, I'm a winger, I play on the flank just because I want to get into the team. It's just about attitude. That's why I'm not so bothered about Timo Werner, like I said earlier. Because Morata, for instance, when we had issues with Morata, Morata's issues then was that he wasn't scoring goals, but he wasn't doing every other thing right. He wasn't holding up the ball. He wasn't creating chances. We have no issues with Timo Werner. To me, Timo Werner is not a problem because first of all, he has these chances. I'll be bothered if he's not seeing any chance at all, meaning his positioning is wrong. But right now, Timo Werner is having chances. That's a good thing. And number two, his demeanor does not tell you that he's frustrated. He misses the first chance, he goes again, he goes again. That's what I want in a world-class player. And once in a while, he gives you that assist.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
I have a different case. So I don't think it's the system. with the kind of speed that Timo Werner has, he should be able to play as a winger. To be honest with you, he just has to reinvent himself. We can't change the overall balance of a team because of just one player. I'm not so bothered about Werner. He's going to get the goals. But Kai Havertz is where I have an issue with. Thank you.
Okay, let me take that. But just to finish my earlier point, the only two project signings I feel were Kai Havertz and Malang Sarr from this season. But to go on this point that you said, I do agree with you that in the sense that Timo Werner is not a problem in terms of his positioning, because Timo Werner on the left can work. It's about the instructions you give him and how you use him. You know, if I use him as more of an inside forward, you know, once we activate the attack, you make the diagonal run centrally, and then I can find you and have another guy running in from the right, which then give my false nine, in my opinion, which should be Olivier Giroud, the option to give it to either, you know, Timo Werner or someone else. Then we can get something out of Timo Werner. What I don't want to see Timo Werner do is him hugging the touchline and trying to beat a man, because we know that's not him.
You can't do that.
You know, he's more in the Fernando. I'm not saying, you know, Fernando Torres at his worst, but he's more like a Fernando Torres kind of guy. Where, I mean, see, he's also similar to like a Jamie Vardy as well, because these guys don't have the full technical ability. But you give them the opportunity, they'll finish it. That's what Timo Werner is. So Timo Werner on the left can work. He just needs to be a more narrow left-sided player or right-sided player than what he's been played at the moment. My issue at the moment is every time I watch Timo Werner, he's trying to beat a man, and all he does is he kicks the ball past someone and runs. That's not beating a man in football. If for those who also play football, so that's one thing. But the Kai Havertz thing, I kind of don't agree with you. The fact that Kai Havertz is a versatile enough player to play multiple positions doesn't mean that he should be great at those positions. He can play those positions, you know, for a short period of time to accommodate injuries, to, you know, get to facilitate some rotations. But as a club, when you're buying players, you should know what their best position is.
Yeah.
Kai Havertz is an out-and-out number 10. He is someone that can direct your attack. He is someone like peak Mesut Ozil. If I was going to compare, I'm not saying they're the same players yet, but if you watch Mesut Ozil play and how Ozil was able to direct the attack, okay, you run there, I'll get the ball to you. You run there, I'll pop the ball to you. You make that run, I'll find you. Just let me get the ball, and as long as I see you make that run, I'll pop that ball to you. That's the kind of player Kai Havertz is. Kai Havertz is not someone like, even an Hakim Ziyech can, you know, cut in and shoot. Hakim Ziyech can do many things from the right flank. But Kai Havertz doesn't have that in his game as of yet. And let's note he's still a young player. So for someone who's that young, I wouldn't want him for a perfect example is at the start of the season. We also Mason Mount on the wing as well. How did you know Chelsea fans feel about it? We wanted him out of there as quick as possible because he did not have the qualities that we wanted from the wing. It's not saying he couldn't play there. Yes, he's got the ball control. He can probably be the man or something. But there are some other things I want from that position that I know I can't get unless I get a specialist in that position. And for someone who's 20, 21, I don't want to be shoehorning him into a team. I want him to feel comfortable enough to the point where he's in his best position. He's feeling good. And you have to note that Kai Havertz is also in a new league as well. So complicating it by putting him in a different position doesn't help him as well. He's still trying to learn the English game. He's still trying to learn, you know, how to be more physical. And the fact that he's been told, one problem I've had with him playing the 8 is he's been told to bring the ball out from the back. And I'm sorry, for someone with the game that Kai Havertz has, it's quite annoying for me to watch him drive so much with the ball from the back that when he gets up front, he's exhausted and he doesn't have the legs to put balls through. You know, I want this guy to be able to get the ball and be able to tell attackers, okay, make this run, I'll find you. But he's not even being found when he makes those runs. And when he goes deeper to get the ball, by the time he gets up there, the whole play is dead and teams have already recovered. So it's up to the manager to find ways for us to put these players in the right positions. And yes, at some point they might need to be versatile. You know, like for example, one reason I don't get at Timo Werner as much is because Chelsea have had injuries, and his versatility is what's allowed us to continue to keep the shape. and play,
Exactly.
the same 4-3-3. At some point, that will be required of, Kai Havertz as well to play different roles. But let's not do that when we have the opportunity to play these guys in their actual positions. That's my problem at the moment. Because if you ask me,
yeah, we're talking about Kai Havertz. Yeah, go ahead, go for
yeah,
it. Finish up, Eddie. Finish up.
yeah. If you
I
ask,
just
if you ask me,
no finish.
we should be playing the 4-2. We should be playing the 4-2-3-1. I've said this from time,
Yeah.
And someone mentioned the other day that Chelsea played the 4-2-3-1 at the start of the season, and I said, go look at the tape again. We're playing Mason Mount on the wing. We're playing all these people who had no business on that pitch. We haven't played the 4-2-3-1 with our full squad. Havertz in the 10 and have your front three of Giroud. You can have a Giroud, Werner, and Ziyech, or you can mix it up in there. You can have Werner through the middle, but you need to have Havertz in that 10 and let him direct that attack, and let's see what we have in this kid. Otherwise, we're pretty much wasting people in these positions, and we're probably not going to get the best out of them.
Well,
So let me quickly go to the super chat. Guys, vote with your feet. He said, I'm watching Brighton play right now. They move the ball better in midfield. They are more creative with far inferior player. Sorry, but Lampard coaching needs to be criticized. It's been 1.5 years already. So what do you guys think about that?
Let me, but that 1.5 years. Why think about the 1.5 years again, bro? You're not using context to do everything. 1.5 years with those youth players that we come to this season, we buy new players in every position with no preseason or nothing. I know every other team doesn't have preseason, but we try and play in a more intricate way. And you cannot say 1.5 years, but it's not still enough. Honestly, it's not still enough. But I'll say something. I wish instead of going for Kai Havertz, we went for someone like Bruno Fernandes. That's the type of player that I would like to see him, because with Kai Havertz, I don't like people saying about out of position, because if you're a generational talent, and I know you're still 21, it's not like Frank Lampard said you're going to play DM. Let's say Kai Havertz is playing DM or playing the pivot in the 2. No, he's playing RCM. And if you watch Kai Havertz when he plays the number 10, he usually drifts to the right side to combine with Hakim Ziyech or the right winger or any right winger that is there. So him playing the right center mid, all he does is more. He requires you to defend a little bit more. You now have to be a defender or box to box. When you in the final third, you still have the right to arrive late to the box. You still have the right to demand for the ball. You know what I mean? As a number 10, you should have that instinct. Say, hey, I want the ball. Can you guys hear me? I don't know, because I'm using my.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear
I
you.
don't know if it's my.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So, like, I need Kai Havertz to demand for the ball. Okay, I'm in the right space. I'm in the right situation. Give me the ball so I could give it out wide. But he's the type of guy that will get the ball, then look back and pass back. He'll get the ball. He doesn't beat a man. He doesn't use his body to shield the ball. He doesn't know those basic things. Look, like before you receive the ball, you look at the person you want to pass to. Then you get the ball. Look over your shoulder. But I don't see that from Kai Havertz, and I feel like positioning.
Let's look at the super chat here. He said, I'm worried if he continues on. Lampard wants to buy Declan Rice. He's a decent player, but that's it. I want a big player with big personality, like player like Koulibaly, Raúl Jimenez of Atletico Madrid, or Asamoah and Wilfried Zaha. So what's your take on that, guys?
First of all, Koulibaly is done.
The best.
Out of Jimenez of Atletico Madrid.
Our issues are not so about defensive. I think we have solved our defensive issues to a large extent. For instance, we have not considered from a corner kick this season. I don't remember considering from a corner kick, which is one of the issues. I think Chelsea, there was a time Chelsea was the only team that has not considered from a cross in the Premier League. I don't even know if that record is still on. To an extent, we have solved that defensive issue with a commanding goalkeeper, experience of Thiago Silva, and an ever-improving Zuma. The issue is that we are not creating enough chances and we are not scoring the goals, because whether you like it or not, there are matches that a team will score you, probably 1 or 2 goals, but you have to outscore them. 3 points is all that matters.
What of Asamoah?
We spent 200 million for Christ's sake. What have we done with what we have? Before you talk about getting more players. You talk about buying.
Yeah, I don't think we need players.
We have world class
We might need
players
a
in
player on the
both.
wing though.
I think we're talking about buying players is if we have a serious injury crisis, long-term injury crisis. But imagine everybody in Chelsea is fit. Just imagine that. Just imagine that. We had to loan out Barkley, Loftus-Cheek, and some other players to have game time. That's how congested that team is. And we are talking about buying more players. We don't need Koulibaly should not even be in the conversation anyway. But the fact remains that
Yeah.
Lampard needs to find a fit for these players. If it means changing the formation, if it means man management, whatever he needs to do, I don't think Kai Havertz is Premier League material for now. Probably he can play in the FA Cup and other matches because right now I think the Premier League has overwhelmed him.
I think the mistake Lampard made was I wanted him to do the same thing he did to Pulisic last year, in which he integrated him into the team, not just bombarded him to this team immediately. Like Pulisic now, he took him out of the team, then little by little he integrated him.
Let's wait before you go. Let's stop this, man. Let's not forget. Kai Havertz started the season in decent form. He had I think 4 goals and 4 assists or something.
4 assists, yes.
And up before he got COVID, this guy was actually bowling. He was bowling from that right center mid position. So the fact that right now I wouldn't still blame COVID, but I'll say it took him quite a while to recover from COVID, and he's probably still getting his legs under him. That's probably why he's not in form at the moment. It has nothing to do with the Premier League.
Because he played very well yesterday. He played very well yesterday when he came in.
He showed that he can bowl in this Premier League. So let's not go with this stupid excuse that he's not Premier League material or he's still learning and all that. No, Kai Havertz has started to bowl in this league. It's just he caught COVID at the wrong time, and if you look at some players, Mane is still not recovered from COVID. There are players who still haven't recovered properly from COVID, so that's probably what's affected him more than anything else. It's probably affected his form, which kind of hurt him a little bit in terms of the team. But I wouldn't say he can't play or he's got certain things that he needs to do before he gets back on the team, or he should get that Pulisic treatment. He just needs to recover, become fully fit, and I think he'll come good again.
He also mentioned with Zaha that he also mentioned with Zaha maybe probably need a winger. In terms of that problem with Zaha now is will Zaha come to Chelsea and sit on the bench? I doubt it. That's not possible. It's not possible. I doubt it. It won't happen. With Zaha will not come to Chelsea and sit on the bench. It won't happen. That I can guarantee you that it won't happen.
Chelsea need a fourth winger and another midfielder.
Yes, fourth winger. Was that okay? Do you think Zaha will sit on the bench? I don't think so.
I don't know if Zaha sits on the bench, but I mean, if he really wants to get out of Crystal Palace, then he probably will. I'll take a guy like Buendia from Norwich because he's playing in the Championship. He'll probably cost you about 20 million or so. But in terms of the midfielder, one thing I would say with that is we lack a deep lying playmaker or a more someone who can create from deeper. Because you look at the makeup of our midfield at the moment, yes, Kovacic could have been that kind of player. But the problem with Kovacic is he doesn't have that long range passing. And when he brings the ball out of midfield, he doesn't have the end product to it. Which is why a couple of weeks ago I said I will take which is why I said I'll take Pogba at Chelsea. If Chelsea are smart, I want to sell Pogba for 50 mil. You go there, you pay that money, and you run away with Pogba. Because
who do you sell if you get Pogba? Who do you sell?
A midfield of Kante, Pogba, and Havertz is illegal to midfields in the Premier League. I'm telling you, those guys are going to control games. Those guys are going to destroy midfields, and Chelsea are going to win a lot of games. I can bring someone like a Mason Mount off the bench, but we all know that with Frank Lampard there, he's not going to see this, which is why it's another sackable offense. If you don't see that, we need to drop Mount in order to get some creativity into this team.
Why is Mason Mount getting so much stake?
The problem is not about
Mason Mount has been the most consistent young player in Chelsea for the past 1 year, whether we like it or not. And in fact, this season, who takes our corner kicks? Who is a better corner kick?
No. Sorry, I can't see the names, but let me ask you, why do you think Mason Mount has been the most consistent player in the last 2 years?
First of all, he gives you he has the fitness level. He hardly goes injured. Kai Havertz does not even have that mentality to stay on 90 minutes. Does he have the stamina to play 90 minutes in Premier League? Kai Havertz doesn't even have that. Mason Mount is tireless. He presses. Lampard's system depends on high pressing. Who leads the high press for Chelsea? Do you expect Kai Havertz to press? Mason Mount and Kai Havertz can play depending on the match. But I'm done with this idea that Lampard is choosing Mason Mount over other players because he feels he's his godson or something. It's not true. Mason Mount has paid his dues. The confidence level in Mason Mount is beyond his age. As a matter of fact,
in terms of that,
I agree.
I agree. But my issue with Lampard is there are some matches in which Mount needs to sit down, not all matches. We have played 16 matches this year, and Mount has played everything. That is what my problem with Lampard is. This guy needs to have a seat.
We have 3 slots in midfield. Do you expect everybody in that midfield trio to be a creative player?
Okay, I can play Conte, Kovacic, and Bellingham. It will work.
In a minute.
It will work. Conte, Kovacic, and Bellingham will work. It will surely work because there's a creativity in that team. Mason Mount doesn't need to play all matches. Benchway can take corner kicks. He can take corner kicks very well. If I can see at his feet, he can take corners. He's very good at setting.
Wait. Let me
get at that point. Sorry, let me get at that point.
Let me go to Eddie first.
Go ahead.
You just shot yourself in the foot when you said that thing about creativity just now.
Mm-hmm.
I just spoke about the fact that Kante is not the most creative midfielder in the team.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned Kovacic is not the guy you want creating chances, which leaves me one more position open. And you said not everyone in the midfield has to be creative, which means you're acknowledging the fact that Mason Mount is not a creative midfielder. So if I'm playing 3 midfielders who don't create anything, where is the creativity in that midfield?
Can I ask a question?
That's one. Also, this is something. Wait, hold on. This is something I also don't get about people who defend Mount. I'm not saying Mount is a bad player. Mount is a rotational player at best. Let's call him what he is. He's not a player that I want to go on the field and win me that game. Don't give me stuff about winning the press and about leading the press and stuff.
He's the only Chelsea midfielder that shoots, for instance.
How many times has he shoot this year? He hasn't even chosen this year. He hasn't shoot this year.
Who's the Chelsea midfielder that shoots from outside 18 yards?
The whole
Chelsea midfielder that from outside 18 yard box.
Hey, let me say something though. Look, I just don't think Mount right now, like what you were talking about, Pogba coming to Chelsea. Now, if Pogba was in Chelsea and Mount is starting over him, I don't have a problem, because if we need a creative guy that can unlock the mid block, because these teams come and play mid block, I understand. But when it's like right now, I'm saying like right now, I don't see who Mount is starting over that I'll be like, damn, no, why is he starting over him? Because honestly, Mason Mount brings more than what Kovacic does, because Mason Mount could drive, not as good as Kovacic, but can still drive the ball. And that's really what Kovacic brings for us, anti-press, and he could drive with the ball. Mason Mount, the thing is that I want Gilmore to actually play where Kante plays, because Gilmore is the type of guy that is a attack starter. He could play the LCM too. But
that's what I said. Yes.
No, but he's a guy that likes to play the deep line play.
He's more of a deep line player.
Yeah, it's more of a deep line. He has the deep line mentality because he watched Fabregas too. Get the ball, receive the ball, and look up. Have that vision. Actually, Gilmore would be nice to have on this team right now because he could spot the runs of Werner.
Exactly. But why is Lampard not playing it? That is my problem with Lampard.
Because you can't sacrifice Kante. You can't sacrifice Kante.
One, sacrifice Kante, and second of all, think about it. You can't lie. Lampard is under pressure to go and now bring a guy like Gilmore and say, okay, hey bro, I'm putting you in there. And next thing you know, Gilmore is having that game that he had. But
that's not what I said. This is what I said. This is what you can play Kante from the start. But give Gilmore some playing time. Like when we see Timo Werner making this season, I've seen Timo Werner make some runs. Yesterday I was pissed off because I saw Timo making runs and I saw Rudy holding ball. Timo was shouting, pass that. I was like, man, open your eyes, use your brain, open eyes and pass.
Look, our problem
it's easy.
That's the problem with Kovacic. So
I don't
like he's supposed to be a deep line playmaker. So I think Kovacic that's what he should implement the game, but he doesn't have the vision. And I think it's our midfield who don't have vision. They never look up. you know, especially on counter attacks, not even just anything. Imagine counter attacks like when Mendy gets the ball. Let's say something about Mendy. Mendy has good distribution skills, better than Kepa in every way. So, like, when he distributes the ball, I expect it to one pass, second pass, and go. But these guys will now pass, take it back, pass. No, like,
Exactly.
put your head up.
That's why I said I need. Yeah, Billy Gilmore is young, but I need him to play because he has that vision. He has that vision.
I agree with you with Billy Gilmore. I agree with you with Billy Gilmore. But my point in Mount is saying that I don't think Mount right now is starting over any other player that is affecting me like that. I want him to play so bad. I don't care about Jorginho. I don't think Jorginho is good enough because Jorginho actually makes me mad out of everybody because
Jorginho is dead, man.
He's dead.
I think it will be sold in the summer. I'm hearing it's been sold.
Exactly. Jorginho is a special kind of player. He's a niche kind of player. So your specialty is supposed to be a register, a guy that could, play from deep.
But everybody say Lampard want Declan Rice. But my problem with getting Declan Rice is now you wanting Declan Rice. So my problem with how did the formation work when you want Declan Rice? That's my problem with Lampard.
No, he could still play 4-3-3 with Declan Rice, but honestly, I don't even care about Declan.
Declan Rice can play. He can play as a lone DM.
Who's your midfield three if you played 4-3-3?
I mean, like in a sense, you could have Declan Rice at the. See, that's the thing. I think Declan Rice clashes with
Declan Rice work more as a 4-2-3-1. No, doesn't work as a 4-3-3.
But he still kind of clashes with Kante in a sense, like. Because right now, if you want to say 4-2-3-1, it means you want to have a pivot with Kante and Declan Rice type.
That's how Lampard wants to play. Lampard wants to play.
Yeah, but remember, honestly, I think Lampard's main system when he came here was 4-2-3-1. He only actually just switched to the 4-3-3 when he started working again. And I'll give Lampard when something starts working, he sticks to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I think really he came here to play the 4-2-3-1 formation, and like. Right now,
he doesn't have the personnel to do that
right now he does, but like they're kind of injured and whatnot. But the 4-3-3 just makes life flexible. But the problem I have is the middle, creativity like everybody does too. But the guys in the middle does not have that vision. I feel like the guys in the middle just run a lot. And like like Kovacic will run with the ball, doesn't know when to pass or release. Mount, I like Mount and all that. And Mount is creative though. Let's put that to rest. Bro.
Let me come to another one about the guys. He said also Lampard inherited a better squad at Chelsea last season than that Liverpool side. Klopp inherited when it came to England. Klopp had Balotelli, Benteke, Karius, and Skete. I think I'm gonna agree with that. When Klopp came in, yes.
Wait,
I agree with that.
No, well, how can you agree with that? How can you
agree with this? I disagree totally with this. Balotelli was an established player. Benteke was a boss at Crystal Palace before he came to Liverpool. Karius was Karius. Skete was not that bad. Okay, but the fact was, come on, who knew Messi Mount 2 seasons ago? Messi Mount was a championship player. Abraham was at Aston Villa in championship. He came in with Zuma. Zuma was better. He came in with his James. Who knew his James? His James was at Wigan for Christ's sake. Who else? Billy Gilmore from the academy. Come on. That was
he also said something too. He said Graham Potter has been a Brighton the same time as Lampard.
Bro, are you comparing Brighton to Chelsea?
No.
This is wrong. On all level.
Come on now.
So let me come to this one now. In terms of having a fourth winger now, who do you guys want as a fourth winger? Because for me, the guy says Zaha. I won't go for Zaha because Zaha will not sit on the bench. Zaha wants to play all matches. He wants to play. Zaha will not sit on the bench. That is me. He won't. So who are you guys thinking on the man that you guys could believe? Okay, if he comes in with, because I'm hearing some report. I think Fabricio tweeted that 4 teams are going for Jadon Sancho in the summer. Chelsea, Man United, Manchester City, and Liverpool are going for Jadon Sancho. That is the 4th team going for Sancho. Now I'm asking myself, how much will Dortmund leave for Sancho? If Sancho comes in now, who will go or who will sit down? That is my problem now.
If Sancho comes in, what's his name? Lampard is playing career mode. If Sancho comes in, no, not Sancho.
Are we still talking about Sancho anyway?
Like let's not, Sancho.
No, I'm just asking because I'm seeing the report. It said 4 teams are going for Sancho: Manchester City, Man United, Liverpool, and Chelsea. Fabricio tweeted it yesterday.
Honestly, Sancho, no, I don't want Sancho. I don't.
So who do you want as a fourth choice?
interested in Sancho. First of all, not because Sancho is not a good player, but I'm looking at if the fact that how can you imagine you have 4 world-class wingers in your team. How can you keep these 4 guys happy?
That is the problem.
As awesome as Guardiola was, he couldn't do that. Sané had to move. At least 3, okay, but 4, 2 for each flank would be crazy.
Now we have Odoi, Pulisic, Sancho, and Wigan, and Hakim Ziyech. 4 players. Damn.
Not forgetting that we moved heaven and earth to keep Hudson-Odoi because we believed in him. And you are now saying that you want to get a 4th world class in quotes winger. No, I think if you are getting a 4th winger, it's someone that is okay with being on the bench sometimes. In as much as he may.
Like Sa.
Ismail Assar. Ismail Assar in Watford, right?
Or Neto from Wolves too. I don't know. I know.
Well, Neto sit on the bench because Neto has been playing very well.
No, he's been playing very well. Yeah. But I'm saying like
that's the issue
of the season now.
People are mentioning Zaha. Zaha will not sit on the bench. I keep saying he won't sit on the bench.
No. Zaha and Sancho are out of the convo. Honestly speaking, they're out of the convo. We are looking at someone that is coming up that is not so established and all that. We can't play
Leon Bailey. What of Leon Bailey?
Yeah, Leon Bailey would be nice too.
Leon Bailey is gonna be expensive as well, man.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a pipe dream.
No, you're right. Leon Bailey will be expensive, but what's this? I was thinking of someone else. Boga.
Who do you guys think?
Jeremy Boga.
Jeremy Boga.
If we could have got Jeremy Boga back, because I mean, for 12 million or something, we could have brought Jeremy Boga back. And I think he's the type of guy that has that mentality too. You know, someone that takes things to, and he dribbles well and everything. Jeremy Boga.
Okay, let me put it this way now. We know we're gonna get a winger. If Olivier Giroud goes, maybe in January, let's say in January, who replacement should we go for?
First of all, I wouldn't want to see him go.
But let's just say hypothetical scenario, it goes in January. Who do we go for?
Whoa.
For a striker?
Yeah, who do we go for? Let me come to Eddie first. Who do we go for? Olivier Giroud live in January.
If Giroud leaves in January, I mean, you ideally want to go for a 3rd striker if you believe in Timo Werner and Tammy Abraham. But again, I'll probably wait till the end of the season to assess this whole thing. So you see what you have in Werner and Abraham before making that decision. In the case where I'm going best case scenario, where you feel like you have a 30-goal season striker in Werner and Abraham can give you 20. All I need is either a young star, like for next season, maybe I'm on the Broha, to learn the game under these guys, or I bring in an experienced guy who's on the back end of his career.
Costa.
Someone, oh God, no.
Diego Costa? Hell no. I don't want Costa.
Someone like, I mean, obviously we can't get him now, but someone who played that kind of Cavani role for that.
Like Alan. People saying Alan, but Alan is expensive.
No, Chelsea might go for Haaland.
Let me tell you something.
Wait. Haaland is expensive, guys.
After what you guys are watching right now, I don't know why we are still trying to get youngsters from Germany. When you see what the steep learning process is for them in the Premier League. So let's stop all this fascination. If anybody wants Sancho, you can have him. Don't bring him to Chelsea. Anybody want Haaland, you can have him. Because if it's going to take you 6 to 9 months to learn the game, we've already had this with Pulisic. We've already had this with Werner. We've had this with Havertz. We're still having this with Christensen. Remember, Christensen was a baller in Mönchengladbach. So let's stop all this fascination with youngsters and Germany. Germany is a league of its own where young players go there to have fun. It's like a beach for young players.
You're 50 and Euro for a reason.
Yeah. So I'll get a more experienced type of striker.
So with more experience we can get at the moment.
Back end of his career. I'll need to think, man. I don't have anyone.
It'll be quite difficult. Better still, we have some young stars in the academy. Timo is, to an extent, mid-experienced. So probably Giroud leaving might give him more burden or more sense of responsibilities on his shoulder. So he might not be surprised that if he steps off he steps up his game if Giroud leaves. So why not promote Tino from the academy? There was this guy. Is it Timo Adjorin or what's his name now?
He's a
Yeah,
midfielder.
he's a midfielder.
Is he a midfielder?
Yeah, he's a midfielder.
Oh, 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 oh. Okay.
So that's the issue now, because we can't just go spend our money and buy this kind of. It won't work that way.
At the end of the day, I just don't think what's his name should leave. Giroud should not leave. That's all I'll say. If that makes sense. I think Giroud.
For me, I think Giroud won't. But if Giroud doesn't get enough playing time, I think he will leave. That's the problem. If he doesn't get enough playing time, Giroud may want to force the move out, because we know very well that he wants to play in the Hero and he wants to play in the World Cup. So we know that. So if he doesn't get enough playing time, that will convince him. Olivier Giroud will leave. I can guarantee that he will leave if he doesn't get enough playing time.
At this point, there's no need for Giroud to leave because he's getting the play time. He's not expecting to start every time. At this point, I think he's happy. He's a professional. He's happy. I remember against Arsenal, he was supposed to come on. He and Kai Havertz were warming up, and the sensible thing was for Giroud to come on. But shockingly, it was Kai Havertz that came on for the last substitution. And when Giroud went back to the bench, he could see his professionalism. It was cool. He didn't throw any tantrums. It was just cool. So I think that I won't mind seeing it out to the end of the season.
Plus, I think Giroud understands that these two strikers we have right now, they're not like they're not firing in all cylinders. So he has no reason to be scared and say, "Oh, I might never get back in the team." That makes sense. I think Giroud right now is in a good place in Chelsea.
So if Giroud leave in the summer now, who do we go for? Because I don't want a scenario in which we're gonna go for a striker and it became a flop. People say it's a flop. It is. No, we need someone that will hit the ground one immediately. We need someone that will come in and click in immediately. We don't want someone that's gonna just come to the team and just like give him 1 month, give him 2 months, give him a year to click in. I don't want that. I don't. I'm not giving out on Timo Werner because I know Timo Werner is a goal scorer.
We have Timo versus Tammy Abraham. Okay, so if you want to buy a third striker, how is that going to work?
I don't know. That's the issue. How is it going to work?
And keeping two world class. Okay, Tammy Abraham may not be world class, but it's a little bit decent. At least he'll give you 15 goals in the season. Then you have Timo Werner that's supposedly world class. That supposedly is supposed to give you 30 goals. Now you combine these two strikers. If you're having a third striker, it should be someone that's for the FA Cups, for the what do you call it now? The to take over because that's what we bought Timo for. Because as if we are playing a 4-4-2. It's not as if we are playing a 4-4-2 where we need to pair two strikers together and all that. We are playing more often than not a lone striker. And meaning someone is always on the bench. Someone good, in quotes, is always on the bench. Now, making it 3, that's a dilemma. It's not going to be easy. And I'm not sure good.
Someone would have been good to get. Someone would have been good to get would have been Callum Wilson from Newcastle. He would be a decent third striker at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And what we have to understand too right now in this modern football and everything in the game, honestly, that's why I say our wingers got to step up because strikers give you goals. But if you notice right now in the Premier League, strikers are not even the main top goal scorers all the time. Your wingers got to.
The wingers are prolific.
Exactly, your wingers have to add a lot of goals too. You know what I mean? So
cutting and shoot.
Exactly. So if you have two strikers and if Timo starts at least even like 20 in the Premier League, I'm not talking about in all competitions right now. In the Premier League, Timo Werner can give me 23 goals and Abraham can give me like 15, 16 goals. And Pulisic is giving me up to like double digits, 12 goals. And Hudson-Odoi can put in like 9 goals, a couple assists. And you have your midfielders that'll do your thing. And you know the Thiago Silvas from the set pieces. I think we have a good goal scoring squad. But like the wingers have to start scoring too. You know, like because in every modern team.
That's Guardiola's secret. That's the secret of Guardiola. That's why I won the league the last time out. The goal scoring burden was not on one person's shoulder.
Yeah.
It was spread across the front 4 or the front 5 if you like, because KDB came in and was always also banging in the goals too. So I think we need to share the goal scoring burden. We are not after any of our players getting the highest goal scoring boot and all that, and not even winning a collective trophy. A situation whereby If someone is having a bad spell, the other person steps up. By the time the person's luck is dried out, the other person steps up to share, the goals and all that. It's been prolific. The front four, front five, that's the secret to winning the league right now.
Exactly. And be more clinical because honestly, yesterday I was watching the match and our problem too with say anything about the formation and the tactics is just the lack of we cannot put the ball at the back of the net right now. The problem is that we're not being clinical. I mean, Pulisic had 2 chances. I'm not going to blame him, but he should have scored. Werner's had a lot. There's a chance. Like when I see Werner, I remember that game that Pulisic was driving with the ball and he passed to Werner and he had a 1v1 chance and he missed it, or he didn't miss, but he kicked it right to the goalkeeper. And everyone started coming to the Twitter to say Pulisic should have passed it earlier. Pulisic should have done this.
Oh, the West Ham match. The West Ham match.
Yeah, I looked at it. I was like, what? What? That's a bad excuse because a guy like him, I expect him to just have that instinct in front of goal. He should have went there post. Like just why did you have to use your left? You watch it. He had time to think and everything. So about Werner just has to come on form. Once he gets to that form, I don't think he's positioning. I just think he just needs to see that ball get hit the back of the net. Then if we have a Timo Werner that's getting 25 goals, and we have Abraham that's contributing, and now Giroud. We just need our wingers to contribute more because our wingers are not scoring goals right now. If you think about it, our wingers are not scoring. So if we could get those 2 wingers to do some cut-ins and shoot and score
Mhm.
and be more clinical, I promise we'll get out from this bad patch. In no doubt.
Hmm. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So, how long do you guys think Roman will give Lampard till? Because this one of one can continue. This can continue. If this continue, a question will surely be asked from Frank Lampard, from Roman himself. A question will be asked because I know Roman very well. People may say it may be soft, but a question will be surely asked that we can't continue this way. We can't continue this way. So, how long will you guys give Frank to say, okay, I'm gonna give him this time to put this to do this, to do this. But how long do you guys okay, how long do you guys think Roman will give Frank?
Who should
Let me
go
come to
first?
Eddie now.
I said it yesterday, Abdullah, man. I said send Lampard on loan back to Derby County for 3 seasons. Um, but on a more serious note, I mean, I said from the onset, this has not been about the last couple of results. I haven't been the biggest fan of Lampard. I won't even say I've been a fan. Just based on the fact that he's still a rookie. So ideally, I would have loved the ball to tap him on the shoulder and go, look, at the end of the season, you're gone. But that's just for the sake of his career. Obviously, you don't want to have that sack in mid-season in your career and stuff like that. At the end of the season, what it like we part ways. You got another opportunity, which you'll obviously get, and all that. So that's probably what I'll do. But what's gonna happen unless things get catastrophically bad? I don't see the board sacking. The way I see it. Unless Chelsea, in the next couple of games end up in 12th or 13th, I don't see that happening. And Lampard has got life right now because the Man City game apparently might not hold, and the FA Cup game might not hold. So he's got 2 weeks now with this squad to kind of train them up and get something out of the squad. He's got no excuses once he gets back on January 15th, if things are as announced right now. So, I mean, ideally, you say to the end of the season. That's what most fans are giving. But honestly, for me, I would have told them by the end of the season, you're going somewhere. You're going somewhere else. So, do your best you can do to the end of the season because you're auditioning for another job. But yeah, it is what it is.
Wow. So let me come to Chelsea Babalawo now. So how long do you think Roman will give Frank with the new
Oh,
kind of situation?
how long would I give Frank? All right, first I'll
Uh,
start with me. I will
you
like,
and Roman.
all
Let me
right,
start with
all
you
right.
first.
All right, with me first. I mean, everything's like everything just depends on where it ends. If we end in like maybe we third and we have more points than we did, or not even more points, or we end third and we're still in that conversation. Maybe in May we pushing for second or we pushing for first or something. Yeah, I'll give him. I'm not going to even think about sacking him. I'm going to think about the future. I'm going to think about the groundworks and everything. Everything all depends on how it is going forward. And if except the only way I'll be thinking about sacking Lampard is, nobody's responding to him no more. It's we like 15th place, and Chelsea just looking trending down. But right now, I don't even have like no qualms about sacking or anything. All I see it as time. I don't, especially because the time, especially we're still in December. We still have Atletico Madrid in February. I'm not saying I'm extra confident about that, but anything could happen.
We might as well not show up to that game, man.
No,
Come
bro,
on.
bro. It's Atletico Madrid. I'm not scared of nobody except from João Felix. It's Atletico Madrid.
We're playing the ultimate low block in Europe.
That's true. That's true.
Not like back in the day.
That's true, but at the end of the day, if we end 0-0 in both legs, we're going to penalties. But
And you trust the Chelsea squad in penalties?
hey, in penalties, I'll tell Lampard, bring Kepa in for penalties because Mendy. No, for real. Mendy is horrible in penalties. I gotta say that. Give me Kepa
flow.
Yeah, give me Kepa in penalties, and I'll have some hope.
I noticed that against Tottenham.
Exactly. In Tottenham game, they were left 4 times, and this guy went right.
Like, 4 times.
Like, what did
you just take a chance with just one?
Dude, that was like what? But yeah, I mean, just because of like the time we're in right now. And
I would do what Van Gaal did in the World Cup. It took out who do you take out? It took out Celestine at the bottom team for the penalty.
Yeah.
If I'm Lampard, I'll do the same thing.
Of what Sarri wanted to do in that Man City game to take out Lampard and bring Caballero. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just because of like the time we're still in December, we still have a lot of games ahead of us. We still don't have the FA Cup to challenge for. We still have the Champions League. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but like HHU says, semis. If we're in the semis, I'm not firing Lampard after that. I'm not even thinking about that. But for Roman, I think Roman just wants to see again, like closing the gap because honestly, that's what Marina and all of them have been saying. You have to close the gap and actually look like a contender and look like you want to, you're not 20 points behind.
No,
what I see Roman sees in this team is that he's not just thirsty for trophies as he was before. And I'm not saying, like that's what the fans we have to understand. So the fans, we love those trophies. But if you understand, in the past 8 years, we've been getting trophies to mask the real problems. We'll get FA Cup here. We'll get Carabao Cup here. We'll be happy. And, we'll mask the problem that we needed to offload people like Willian a long time ago. And that we needed to be an attacking team so that Hazard could even flourish more. We'll win a couple trophies and people forget about it. Right now, I think Roman sees it as, okay, Marina, I'm trusting you, Marina, because I don't think Roman is not in the country. So it's really Marina looking at this thing. Marina, what can we use to build this team to be at the top for a long time? So we could start, like mid-2000s Chelsea, where we're always in like the semifinals of the UCL and everything. So I think Roman right now, like Eddie said, except something catastrophic happens to say by April we 15th place or 10th place, I don't see Roman sacking Lampard if we finish top 4, top 3.
Oh, by April, if we're out of the top 4 race, I expect him to get sacked.
Yeah. If we no, that's what I'm saying. If we're in the top 4 or top 3, if we anywhere outside of the top 4 race and we not win the Champions League to get back to the Champions League, yeah, I mean I'm not gonna have a problem. Not I won't say Lampard out, but if Roman decides to do it, I'm not going to be saying, well, why did he do that? Because you cannot be worse than what you were last year with a better squad. I expect you to be top 4 at least. And then the trophies, knockout trophies are will come on his own. But in that league right now, you cannot be outside from the top 4 at all.
That's tough. Wow, huge one. So coming up to the new year now. So let me put out the many matches we have. So how many points do you guys think we can get? Let me put out the matches now.
Close your eyes, everyone.
Uh, so this is a player table now. So we have Liverpool, Man City.
No, that's not updated. So yeah, Chelsea might be further down after the round of games going on.
Yep. So let me see our matches remaining that I believe. So so
Just look
let
up
me come.
Chelsea's fixtures.
Let me contact the fixtures. This bad. So
We have Man City next.
Quick
yep, Man
matches.
City next.
And
Quick
the FA
matches.
Cup we have Mokambi.
Oh yeah, Abdullah is right there. Nah,
Okay,
you
matches.
clicked on go Chelsea.
Okay, let me go back.
Chelsea. Then you'll
Okay.
see. Yep, there we go.
So we have Man City, Fulham, Leicester City,
Let's
Wolverhampton
go
Wanderers, Burnley, and
Burnley.
Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I
Now
think
six.
Burnley is meant to come before Tottenham.
Yep, the two matches Burnley and Tottenham is at home. I think 3 matches. Wolverhampton Wanderers, Burnley, and Tottenham is home matches. So that will give us an edge.
Wait, what? I thought
Leicester
Tottenham's away.
City. No, we are home
Tottenham's
on Burnley,
and
Leicester
Wolves.
City.
Tottenham is away, 3rd of February.
No, Tottenham is away. Yeah, okay. Tottenham is
Tottenham's
away.
away. The home
Yeah,
games are City, Wolves, and Burnley.
Wolves and Burnley are home. We have two
Mm-hmm.
back-to-back home games, 27th and 30th.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll beat Wolves. I think we'll beat Wolves. I think we'll beat Burnley. I'm scared of Leicester. I'm scared about Leicester. I'm scared about Man City. And I think Fulham should be a walkover. So I think the games that might give me a little bit of headache will be Leicester and Wolves in the
What of
month of
Tottenham?
January.
You're not afraid of Tottenham Hotspur?
February. Tottenham is February. So I'm looking at January right now.
Oh,
I'm talking about just the month of January.
so how many points can we pick up in these matches now?
Let me be optimistic. Optimistic with Man City, 1 point at home. Chelsea or Fulham.
1 point at home.
Yeah, I'm being optimistic. Chelsea, Man City, if that game holds,
Hold on.
1 point at home. Chelsea, Fulham, um, 3 points, not 4 points. Leicester, Chelsea, I see us losing, so out of there. Chelsea, Wolves,
Losing to
uh,
Leicester City.
yeah,
Wow. At
yeah,
home. Not
yeah.
even away. At home.
No, it's away.
Yeah, away to Leicester.
Oh, King Power
Yeah,
Stadium.
yeah,
We want us to lose at
yeah.
King Power.
We have back-to-back away games and back-to-back home games. So 3 points from Fulham, no points from Leicester, 3 points from Wolves, 3 points from Burnley. That's me being optimistic. So the two matches I see us dropping points in January is Man City and Leicester City.
Wow. Man City and Leicester City. What of Eddie? So how many points are we getting in these 6 matches now?
I mean, if you want me to be super optimistic, I feel like we have a chance of beating Man City. Man City this season have not been all that. I'll be honest with you. Like they don't have the same fear factor about them. That teams and the way Chelsea play suits us to go there and sneak like a narrow victory. So that's probably a win. Fulham should be a win. Um, Leicester City, we can draw. We can draw. I wouldn't rule us out of winning that or drawing that. And then Wolves again. I see more or less a draw. I don't know how we win that. Again, it'll be another close game for us. Burnley will be a win. Um, Tottenham will be the big one for us. Um, I'll say a draw there as well. So I say 12 points.
12 points?
Is that 12? That was 3 draws and 3 wins, yeah.
Wow.
But
So
for me, like, see now, it's all about now. If Chelsea, I see something about Chelsea. If Chelsea is running on all cylinders and how we were before, I always had that confidence we could beat any team. But right now with Man City, I'll see that as man, that's hard. But I'll go for a draw because Man City they're now good. They're really good in defense now. You know, that's the one thing I got to compliment them, man. So I'll see Man City as a draw. Fulham should be a win. If we lose against Fulham, I'll change to Lampard out.
You choose the
Leicester,
Lampard out?
no, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. But Leicester, I think we should be beating Leicester too. You know, Leicester is good, but again, if we're running on all cylinders, Chelsea should be beating Leicester. The Wolves game now is the tough one. Why not Lampard try to do what he did last season against Wolves and match his
Because I'm
system?
hearing Raul Jimenez will be fit before the Wolf Chelsea. I'm
Yeah,
hearing
okay.
that.
See, and I'm here. Ziyech should be fit for the Man City game too, so that could even help us. But like, so yeah, so Man City draw, Fulham win, Leicester I see a win too. Wolves I see a draw. I see a draw with Wolves, and Burnley I see a win, and Tottenham. Man, look, I don't see a loss for Tottenham, but it's either a draw or win. I can't decide for that one because I know Tottenham. One thing about it, you know how it is about Arsenal. You know, Ole has Lampard's number. You know, Ole is usually always winning against Lampard, but
Yeah.
Tottenham is usually always like losing or drawing, having a hard game against Chelsea. So I see,
That's how Jose plays. That's Jose for you. That's how Jose plays.
yeah. So it's like I think it's gonna be a draw. So two draws and the rest is a win.
Wow. Wow. Two doors and the rest is the win.
Yeah,
For
so
me, for me, I'm looking at Man City this year. I think because I'm hearing Lampard said it, I think yesterday that Ziyech should be fit for Man City. That gave me hope of saying, okay, we can beat Man City. And it's at home. So that's an hope for me that if Ziyech plays that match, I am confident we can win that match because it's the only creative player we have in that team. Which gave me positive that yes, since there's Ziyech, we can win. I'm going for a win against Man City. So the Fulham match, I'm going for a win. We have to win that Fulham match. Lampard must not give me an excuse of saying this team needs to gel. No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't. Fulham is a win. It's a must-win match for us. We gotta win that match. I don't want to hear any excuse for the Fulham match. For the Leicester City match, for me, it's 50-50. It's all about how Chelsea turns up for the Leicester City match. It depends on how we turn up. It depends because it's an away match, so it depends on how we turn up against them. And also the Wolverhampton Wanderers match is at home too. So I expected us to win because they won us at their home. So I expected us to show to go to come for them to come to the booth and show them that hey, we are not mates. We not be mates. So that's why I expect Chelsea to do. We not be mates. But the Chelsea this is I know. You can just go to Stamford Bridge and just imagine a fans being in the stadium and seeing this kind of matches being played. How it won't go well for the players. It won't. It won't surely go well. It won't. And the Burnley matches, I expect us to win Burnley. I expect us to win Burnley. So yes, my problem now is Jose. Because we know Jose very well. Jose will go defensive. We know him very well. He won't even go for the win. He will just go for the defense. Shut everything up. Let's just shut everything up. He will go for the defense. He won't go for the win. That's Jose. Because we know very well he will go for the defense. So
You
for
can't say
me,
that because that if Otemoyo's game plan is catch them on the counter. You have Heung-min Son and Harry Kane who are having the best of partnership right now. So one
with
simple mistake from Chelsea, those guys can catch you on the counter, score that one or two goals, and lock up shop. So
exactly, but recently, both of them have not been informed recently. So both of them have.
is a strategy, and it has worked for him thus far. That's why Tottenham is where they are on the table. They have been there is more concerned with being prolific. Like if you have just one chance in a game, bury it and then lock up shop. Back like Diego Simeone back in the day in Atletico Madrid. So it's going to be a very dangerous game for Chelsea. Because most goals that Chelsea concede are mostly gifts. We gift those goals. There are very few goals you score Chelsea and you say, there's nothing nobody could do about that. Most goals Chelsea concede are gifts to the opponent. And if Heung-min Son and Harry Kane turn up to the occasion and they score, even if it's just one goal, it might be a problem. So you can't say for sure that match could be a draw. first of all, Tottenham is at home. Tottenham, Chelsea, if Chelsea are not wearing their thinking caps on.
The thing about Tottenham that is that again, I'm using from history. Now, if this was Chelsea versus Manchester United, I will never be confident because history has shown us that we have a problem between Manchester and it's just the truth. But one thing about Tottenham, the way Jose, I don't know, there's a way Jose Mourinho sets up against us that I don't know if they're scared. And if you notice that, if you notice like Kane and Son, they don't really turn up against us because they are more defensive. They're trying to be compact. But like so. I'm never scared of Tottenham. That's crazy to say. Like even every time we play them, I feel like it's either going to be a tight game or we end up winning somehow, you know. But again, it's all about what I want to see from this team now, and it's just I want to see players take it to themselves too. Yeah, we know Lampard should change some tactical stuff, but as a player to yourself, like William, I wanted William out last year and everything because it was old and annoying. But like, there's one thing that they always did. He could still cut in. Him and Pedro too. They could still cut in and shoot. We need these players to you have sometimes when the game is tight and tactics versus tactics is clashing and it's like damn okay we need individual brilliance from somebody now. Enough of you don't have to always do everything by the book. Pass to the wing, pass to the fullbacks and cross. If you think you're the player, take it by yourself and score. And that's what some of these games have been missing. If you think about it, some of these games is just missing that one. Like honestly, I hate bringing Hazard up, but a guy like Hazard to just take the ball from the middle and do his quick turn that he always does. I don't see nobody do that on our team again. That's why he like when we are facing our goal. I don't see nobody receive the ball and turn quick and go straight up. It's always pass side or pass to another person. But like in these games, we need someone to step up for us. So that and someone like Pulisic too. I want Pulisic to step up because he's our number 10. So that you could you can have that player that I know it shouldn't be an individual game, but at the end of the day, this game is all about the stars you have on your team too. So like like we always talk about the 3-peat with Madrid. Yeah, they got a 3-peat and everything, but they have Ronaldo that always showed up in that Champions League knockout every time. Even if you're down, someone like Sergio Ramos or Ronaldo is going to show up. And I'm not comparing anybody behalf to Ronaldo, but I'm saying we need those guys to I'm trying to further my career over here. You got to make a name for yourself, and if you want to make a name for yourself, this is the best thing to do it right now. And this team is crying out for somebody like that. Yeah,
Exactly. But it depends though, because the kind of way Mourinho is playing this recently, their fans has been, I won't lie to you, they've been really pissed off. Like, what the hell is gonna just go defensive? They wanted like a free flow football, but Mourinho keep telling them it's not my fault you guys are playing defensive football. You can't expect him to go shop out and just then get out. He said you guys have an attacking team, but Osama will keep telling them you guys have to calm down with the way I play. It's only the way I play, but the fans are kind of angry about it. Like, blah blah blah. But since now you
but
guys are
honestly, it's the same thing that was going with Chelsea. Like if you think about it,
Tottenham fans have no right to be angry. They have no right to be angry. Yeah, they are fans of the club, but Mourinho is doing something nice with that club. I wish there are some things he's doing with Tottenham I wish we have right now. And that's the ability to take any chance that comes our way. You hardly see a match where you watch Tottenham and they miss 5 chances in a game. That's the kind of ruthlessness I want to see in Chelsea. If Chelsea was ruthless, we won't have this conversation we have today. Tottenham they don't create so much chances, but the chances they have, they take it.
Eddie wanted to say something. Go for
I
it.
agree with you, but if those type of chances come with like the players you have. And I'm not saying our players are not good enough. Now there's a difference. Like how we always say, it's not how many you score, is when you score. So like most of these players don't have that mentality of I need to. This is the time. I have to take it to my own hand and score. So it's like those 5 chances we get in is like okay, more chances will come, whatever. That's what the next chance. And you're right, and that's been our problem. And that's why I'm never really that harsh on Lampard, because if it's that we're not creating anymore, and I'm saying like we not well, like in the Arsenal game we're not creating, but like in other games where we create and we just don't score, I'll be like, yo, why are we not creating? But I'm seeing some chance creation. We just think we just be more clinical, and that's what's going like in that Let's Go Madrid game in February that's coming up. If we are not clinical, I do not care. We're not winning that game. So we have to just, because in that Let's Go Madrid, I know they're going to present at least only one chance, and that's probably it. So we just have to take our chances. And you're right, and that's one thing Tottenham has, because they have Son and Kane. Those guys are experienced and top. They're in their prime. Don't forget about that. Those guys are 27, 28. That's prime Kane and prime Son right now. And just same as Liverpool. Liverpool is prime Salah, prime Mane, prime Firmino in those things. So, like right now, it all comes with experience and mentality to score, when you need to score, not when you just scoring for, because you have to, basically.
That's fair for me. That's fair enough. That's fair enough for me. That's not bad. But so I mean, I still want Lampard to show me that yes, he's still the right man for the job. If this guy's not showing me he's still the right man for the job, we're gonna have a problem. I mean, I'm not Lampard because of what he has been doing. He's been pissing me off recently. So that is to show me that yes, I'm the right man for the job. If it doesn't show me that he's the right man for the job, man, the door is open for me. It needs to show
Honestly,
me.
bro, it comes to just winning. Honestly, at the end of the day, if we were playing this bad right now, think about it. If we were playing this bad right now and we're winning, nobody will talk about Lampard out, because what they'll be saying is, we are winning ugly. We'll be saying, oh, we are getting that mentality of winning when we are not playing well. But right now, the problem is that we're not playing well and we're not winning. And that's why everything is like, oh, whoa, what's going on? Everybody's getting so angry. All we have to do again is start winning, and the football and everything. Then the process will become sweeter. Right now, the process is bitter for everybody, because like I don't want to see us playing bad and lose. You know what I mean? So it all comes with winning. I think we just got to win a couple games and we'll be right back in it.
Fair enough. It's not that bad. But the problem is we have to change because we play too much. We rely too much on Hakim Ziyech. What if this guy gets injured now? So we're gonna be screwed a lot. So I don't want that kind of situation to happen again. That's why I'm scared. I'm really kind of very skeptical and cautious at the moment. I won't call it skeptical, but cautious, because if Ziyech gets injured, my life is never. We're screwed. It's over. We're screwed already. That's why I said we need a fourth winger. Even if Ziyech gets injured, we can still have someone that can come in and kind of play, help us out when Ziyech gets injured. And Lampard now, it's been saying Odoi this, Odoi that. It doesn't start for Odoi to play. So that's my problem with Lampard. It doesn't force him to play. That's my issue with him. Odoi this, Odoi that. But what if now Odoi this, Odoi that now? Do you even trust Odoi to play? No, I don't. He doesn't trust him. Next match now, he may put Odoi on the bench. So that's my problem with Lampard. It needs to be consistent with what we say. You play player based on merit. How many players have ever played based on merit? I've not seen anybody being played based on merit. I haven't seen anybody. The players that play based on merit, Timo Werner should have been on the bench long time ago. Long time ago. But keep playing him.
Well,
Why?
if you think about it, how would it look when your 50 million player is not scoring and it's like
Yeah,
you have to
you
put him on
have
the
the
bench? I think
justification because he's not playing very
not
well.
that
So you
many.
can justify that yet. He's not playing very well. You can say that. He's not playing very
No,
well.
I think
no, that's true. That's
I
true.
think the standards, we are having double standards here. I remember a year Didier Drogba went. I said earlier I have no issues with Timo Werner. I'm not bothered about, as a striker you are going to have dry spells, but my happiness with Timo Werner is that he's doing every other thing right. He's positioning himself. He's having chances. He's giving you the assist once in a while. He has a few things he needs to blend into his game, but I am not having that Morata feeling with Timo Werner. And every other Chelsea fan is not having that same feeling. Because even when he misses a chance, he goes again. So I think Timo Werner he deserves to start.
Well,
You get? I don't think Timo Werner has come to that stage where you say you have to put him on the bench for and so reasons. I think if you are going to have that conversation in for any player, it should be Kai Havertz, not Timo Werner. Timo Werner, I'm not bothered about him. I know the goals will come. Because if we were patient with it, did they Drogba in the first season? Do you remember Drogba in the first season? It was not there. It was. I remember my chances back in the day. It was frustrating at times. He was missing goals. Okay, Diego Costa had dry spells once in a while, but we gave them time and they blended into the team and they gave us the goods. Timo Werner is like that. Okay, so I don't think Timo Werner has any. Should collect so much stick from Chelsea fans and all whatnot. I think we should have that
No, the thing
conversation
the
concerning.
thing about me and Timo Werner is like I'm not saying we should bench Timo Werner and like give him credit. The only reason why I blame Timo Werner is because people are not using Lampard, insulting Lampard for Timo Werner's problem. But I see that's the only reason I'll be like, no, Timo Werner actually should be on the bench because if on merits, he should have been on the bench. And you could say he's doing other things right, but there are some things that he does that just make me mad. You know, the fact that he cannot control the ball sometimes. Bro, use your eye test and watch Timo Werner. Sometimes he cannot control the ball in the box. In the box, if you want to be a good striker, you have to learn how to have that one touch, put the ball on a full stop, and do your thing after that. But there's this thing that he doesn't know how to control the ball. He doesn't know how to get past the player, except from his pace. And if his pace is not working for him, if you're a defender, Timo Werner has only pace. You're not gonna go press him so high. You're gonna keep some space for yourself so that oh wait, this guy, I know his technique. He's gonna just kick the ball and run past me. But the problem, the main thing I'll say is, look, Timo Werner did deserve to be on the bench because he was getting frustrating. But again, he's the best person that fits that Pulisic treatment in a sense. Bring him, and once he sees that ball hit the back of the net, I feel like the engine will now start again and he'll start rolling. But yeah, I mean, on merit, honestly, I agree, man. Timo Werner was shocking. I mean, you could say he did some assist and whatnot, but you cannot miss 5 chances and produce an assist, and you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, he's good. Nah, you gotta score some of the chances he's getting, though. You know what I mean? You gotta score some of the chances.
I'm
Yo,
hearing the Chelsea Man City match should be postponed because of COVID-19. How true is that?
yeah, it's looking true, bro. It's
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
true.
But the problem is the Liverpool players got the COVID, but they still play the matches. Then why there has not been consistency in the match? I remember very well Liverpool players had COVID. I think Salah and Mane had COVID, but the EPS still continue. Why
It
Man City
depends.
players are having COVID and they still play the matches?
It depends on the specific situation. Okay. Some dressing rooms are closely neat, and depending on the COVID-19 precautions in the team. Okay. So, for instance, I think Walker was one of them. So,
Walker, Gabriel Jesus, Kevin De
remember,
Bruyne, Ederson
if
Moraes. 5 players had injured. 5 players has
yeah,
COVID plus the staff.
yeah,
So
if those guys
Ederson
are inside,
Moraes, Kyle Walker, Kevin De Bruyne, and Gabriel Jesus and one player. I forgot the last player that has COVID. I
yeah,
forgot the last player.
that's a long lineup, and given the fact that Chelsea is going to be the next game for Man City,
Mm-hmm.
um,
They said they haven't decided yet. They haven't decided yet, but they will decide by the
I
weekend.
think all precautions should be taken place. Football is
Yeah.
not what all precautions should be taken place. If the health officials feel they can't go ahead, I think I'm cool with it.
Yeah, because they said the decision will be made by weekend. They want to see how Man City react to the Sunday matches if it's gonna go beyond, because they want to play all the matches this week. Then they will see the words this weekend, because this week apart from the Man City match, no players are having COVID or no COVID. Everything is going on well. So they want to wait for these matches to finish tomorrow, and also wait for the weekend match to see how the weekend match pans out before they decide Sunday match. But for me, I think it's gonna go on for me. I don't think it's gonna be cancelled. I don't think so. I don't think so. For me.
The Man City,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You know how things go. But the Man City game's supposed to be this weekend, right?
Yeah, this weekend,
Um,
yeah.
a lot of other matches are being cancelled too. So if it's not just depending on the Man City game. If other matches get cancelled, I think the Premier League will do something to stop it. But I think we're going to play Man City. But Fulham is the one that I don't think we might. It might actually be. No, not Fulham. There's a game we're playing after Man City. Is the FA Cup game. We have
FA Cup, yeah.
Yeah,
FA Cup.
so
That one may be cancelled.
that one might be cancelled, and
Maybe they could maybe they will fulfill the match and just give Chelsea a win. They did it to Tottenham Hotspur in the Carabao Cup.
Nah,
The
but
team did not show up.
honestly, we need that match so that players that are not,
Have enough rest. Yeah.
No. We need that match, and just for players that are not clicking right now, could use that match.
Yeah, but I think the match will be cancelled. It will be forfeited for me, though. I think the match will be forfeited.
Yeah,
because of the
start pad. Once you start pad, you could be, you could get your engine rolling again.
That's true. That's true. What do you say? I can't hear you.
I said those matches, the Mokambi matches, they are quite important. Despite they help out to clear the team, tactics, experiments, and all that. So
exactly.
We shouldn't underrate these matches.
Exactly. But we'll see though. But I think the Man City match will go on for me. It will go on. Maybe Pep Guardiola may not be with his first team again. He may even play youth against Chelsea. He may play youth.
Amen.
Pep, because his starting 11 has COVID, so he may not want to risk it and play them. We know the UK COVID rules. We know the rules of the COVID. So Pep Guardiola could just start and play youth players against Chelsea. Like, well, I'm not starting myself. Let me just play youth. Since the COVID is this and that and that.
Amen. I hope that happens.
I think he may do that. It depends on how many, because now 5 players are injured, have COVID now. So Pep Guardiola, KDB, Ederson, Gabriel Jesus, Kyle Walker. So these are like 4 important players in his team that play regularly. So and then now they have COVID now. So how does he play? He can't just risk game. So he will probably play like senior team and kind of blend them with the youth team together. That's what I think he's gonna do for me. That's what I believe he's gonna do for me.
Well, the most important thing is, regardless of the team, if that match was Chelsea should find a way to win that match.
Yeah, find a way. Yeah, because I think if we win that match, it will give us more like
the weakness. But the other thing is that Chelsea win that match if possible, even though they didn't. But that unfortunate COVID incident is going to be Guardiola's headache, not Chelsea's headache.
Exactly. For me, I think that is it for today, guys. Really appreciate you guys who turn up for the matches, for the stream. So I appreciate you guys who turns up. I really sincerely appreciate you guys for turning up, guys. So it's been a very good stream, though. I appreciate you guys for turning up, guys. So see you guys next time. Thank you guys for coming up.
Yeah. I'll be here.
Peace out, guys. All right, bro. Thank you, guys. So guys, we're done with this thing, guys. So really appreciate people who comes in. So I appreciate them a lot, and I kind of thank them a lot. So guys, thank you guys for coming up. So we're gonna do a live thing tomorrow with Monster. So I have a live thing with Monster tomorrow. We're gonna talk Chelsea, Lampard, Timo, and everybody. So guys, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow and let's talk football. Peace out, guys. Thank you.